There truly isn't any secret to getting aesthetic looking legs. The key is to really balance strength and size with sculpture, which can be achieved through a lower body fat percentage, as well as making sure you're incorporating strength-based compounds to start the workout, following them by accessory movements that prioritize sculpting and volume-based training. As you can see, we're starting with none other than the king of all exercises, which is the squat. One of my favorite movements of all time, just because it really does use almost every muscle inside of your body to go all the way down and then all the way back up. I know that video, it seemed as if I didn't go all the way down, but it's just the angle. You can believe me or you don't have to believe me, that's okay. But I promise you that it was hitting depth. I do need to go a little bit lower though, I will say. That's not like me. I like to go ass to grass normally. But so we moved on with these walking lunges with an easy bar overhead. I think I have 80 pounds on my back. This is a very good exercise just for building those quads, and it's a good dynamic exercise. I think it kind of separates from the other exercises because this is the only exercise that you kind of dynamically move, which definitely is, satisfying in that way. And it also just hits muscles that you wouldn't otherwise hit if you weren't moving. So the organization of these exercises are basically going to start with the compounds, the heavier compounds, and then lead into the isolating accessory movements. So the next exercise that we did was a quad extension. Now these are really good, obviously, for building the quadriceps. If you actually point your toes upwards in a dorsiflexion manner, you're going to hit the quadriceps a little bit harder, I've noticed for my personal self. You can also plantar flex, which just basically means pointing the toes towards the ground instead of upwards like I am here. That's definitely going to help as well. It kind of depends on proportion sizes and how your skeletal structure, how your musculature is personally for your body. So I did a drop set here. So the angle of this leg extension or quad extension is very different than what my home gym is. There's more range of motion with it is what I'm trying to say. So it humbled me a lot. Bro, no lie, the range of motion on this thing is anabolic. I can't even believe it. This thing's humbling me so much right now. So like I was saying, it humbled me a lot. My old gym just didn't have like that crazy range of motion. So I thought that was like really interesting. I had to do lower numbers than I normally did, which was kind of interesting. But anyways, we're moving on into calves. Now we're doing calves like midway through, just because honestly the exercise that I was going to do next was taken. But I like to switch it up like this sometimes, just so that I'm not neglecting the calves. I tend to kind of push the calves off to the very end of the exercise, or the end of the workout, which isn't very good, because at that time you're kind of tired and you're not really giving it all of your effort. So I'd like to do it in the middle or even at the beginning sometimes. But we supersetted it with these rocks. So basically I'm doing a leg press extension, calf extension, and then I supersetted it with these rocks. This is a great isolated superset that I think that everybody could benefit off of, just because it does pump a lot of blood into your calves. And I think personally for me, I see the most growth with my calves when I am doing extra volume, when I'm doing more numbers, more reps. Moved on to the hamstring curls here. One of my favorite hamstring curl activation exercises in the world. So we did about 3 sets of 12 of those, and then we moved into these calf extensions. Now, I don't even know what these are called. I guess a seated calf extension. I have something similar in my gym, but this is like way better, just because you can specifically change the orientation of the machine rather than the other one. It's like really awkward, and this is a lot better. And the contraction was amazing on this specific exercise. I have my toes, you can't really tell, but I had my toes pointed inwards towards each other. This is just going to add a little bit more stress upon those calves. Last thing that I did was abs, and yes, I understand this is probably the worst angle of all time. I apologize for this. I didn't really realize it. I didn't replay it while I was there, so I unfortunately didn't videotape it or whatever. But I'm doing these cross crunches, and these are really good for the obliques. And I do these pretty much every other day, I would say. Really good, again, for the obliques. And I actually supersetted it with crunches. I did 3 sets of 15 each way. So on the right side, right foot to left arm, and then vice versa. And then I did 15 crunches directly after. Did 3 total sets of these. And that kind of finished up the workout. So if you guys enjoyed this, let me know. If not, also let me know. Peace. All right, so we just finished the workout. Honestly, dude, this is the new home gym. I bought a membership, so I bought the plan where I can go to any Vasa, I think, in the country, which is dope because there's this location that's about 20 minutes or so away from my house, and then there's another one that all my boys go to that's about like 40 minutes away, which I kind of like to go on in the weekends. I'm just super blessed that I got this. I'm only gonna be here for like 5 more months, I think. I just spit everywhere. I'll be here for like 5 more months, and then I'm gonna cut out, and I think I'm gonna relocate probably for my medical sales job. But I'm more than happy to spend it here because like I was getting so tired of that old gym. I just think it's like super important to like switch up your environment every once in, you know, like a while, just because if you're stuck in that same environment, that same like routine, yeah, it's good, you can get good at it, but like you can almost like definitely plateau. And I think a lot of you in some areas of your life, you can admit that you have plateaued because you've just been stuck in this comfortable spot. And for me, working out at that old gym that I was at, it was just, I mean, it was more than time. I've been working out there for 8 years. It's been more than time to, you know, just switch it up and get a different gym and just try out different equipment. This equipment is like brand new. It's insane. There's a lot of equipment that I've never used before. So it was just like a great experience, to be honest with you. I encourage like everybody, I challenge you to kind of like step outside of your comfort zone. This is about 20 minutes away, which isn't bad at all. But the other gym is like 5 minutes away. So, you know, I'm sacrificing some time, but it's gonna be worth it because I'm gonna get more content here. I'm going to grow more here, both mentally and physically. And it's just gonna be a good like new road for me to take. And I'm super excited for it. So I hope you guys, you know, follow along with the journey, because I promise you, the content game is gonna be stepped up. This is what I'm gonna be eating for breakfast or lunch or whatever. It's like a post-workout meal. So essentially I got 5 eggs in here, about a cup of hash browns, 2 little bagels with peanut butter, and then some syrup on top. It's just a really well-rounded breakfast. I'm not gonna have any micros, not gonna have any fruit today, or with this meal, but that's what I'm gonna eat. All right, so something that I'm trying to make a habit is just stretching a little bit more and then foam rolling a little bit more, just so that I can feel more fresh after my workouts. I've definitely been super tight lately because I've kind of switched my routine of training from like, before I was like really focused on like strength and like hypertrophy and stuff like that, and now I'm doing a little bit more like volume based stuff. I'm trying to tighten up a little bit while still getting stronger, and as a result, my body's getting a lot more sore quicker and more frequently. So I'm trying to do a little bit more like recovery stuff, and don't neglect that, because that stuff is so important. If you try to go into a workout sore as crap, you're more apt to tear something or more apt to injure something, pull something. All right, so I just mowed the lawn. Random, I know, but I'm about to go ahead and wash my car. Haven't washed it in like half a year, so yeah, we'll see how that turns out.